Reaction time. Let's go.
From above in Grand Blanc, Michigan, investigators comb charred rubble looking for a motive in Sunday's attack on a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
The FBI is investigating this as an act of targeted violence.
Can you tell us who you believe the target was? A specific person, the LDS Church, another group?
As of right now, again, as this is an ongoing investigation, what I would say is when I say targeted violence, I mean targeted within our state and within our community.
Chris Johns has his own suspicions. He asked you, what do you think of Mormons?
Yes, that is his question.
Johns is running for city council in the area, and last week, while campaigning, says he drove up to the home of 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford, who first asked him his views on guns, then Mormons, adding he dated a woman in Utah.
He said Mormons are the Antichrist. And that's what he said it in a very matter of fact.
He said Mormons are the Antichrist.
Just like that. Deadpan, matter of fact.
Johns said Sanford remained calm. Days later, Johns saw his picture, identified as the gunman in Sunday's attack. Authorities now saying Sanford had multiple past arrests, including one for burglary. Chilling when you saw what happened?
Extremely.
In a statement provided exclusively to NBC News, the gunman's father writing, "We are devastated. We don't know what to think," calling Sanford a Christian and a loving father, son, and husband. The statement adds he was a Marine, and we are completely in shock over this. We have no answers. Authorities say 4 are dead and 8 injured. The youngest person hurt, a 6-year-old child. When Sanford's truck crashed into the church, Paul Kirby, there with his family, ran to help.
I saw the gun and him starting to shoot, and I turned and ran. Went back towards the doors. I got a little bit of shrapnel in my left leg.
You said you ran back in toward your family, just wanting to save your wife and kids.
Yeah, the scariest I've ever been.
Kirby says parishioners carried kids and the wounded out the back. Minutes later, the church going up in flames.
I'm extremely lucky to be alive.
Maggie is joining us now from the scene. And Maggie, you're learning more about what investigators are finding there?
Yeah, Hallie, that's right. They now say the gunman had in his truck 4 IEDs or improvised explosive devices. They say 2 seem to be made of multiple commercial grade fireworks kind of taped together. And then 2 were designed to create a lot of smoke. And they say none were detonated. Meanwhile, while the investigation continues, we've been told all victims have now been accounted for.
Well, thoughts came, but man. Well, thoughts, prayers and everything goes out to all the people that were affected by it and their families and things of that nature, definitely. And we're military, so and this was an ex-Marine, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I don't know his mindset. I don't know his background. I don't know if he was in the wars. We just don't know all of that, and I'm pretty sure that the police are, gathering all of that type stuff. And is there a reasoning behind it because somebody has a different faith and they don't agree with the same things that you agree with? That's not a reason to inflict harm on anyone.
Yes,
it's never a reason, and I know that that's what goes on even across the pond. That goes on a lot. If you're not part of this religion and that religion, we're fighting. It's crazy. It's crazy. We need to put a stop to it. Go ahead, brother. I don't
want just real quick, and I interject this. I saw other news reports said he is an Iraqi vet.
Okay.
So, and I'm gonna let you jump right back into it, Kane, because I did interrupt. But yes, he is an Iraqi vet.
Yeah,
but we keep hearing these things and we see these things and former military, and that's when I'll say business people who haven't served in the military think military people they are a loose cannon, and I would say that's not the case. There's so many men and women that have served and are doing big and beautiful things for the communities and for businesses. So just to dispel that, but you go ahead, proceed. Kay.
Well, the thing that I guess the question I want to pose is, when it comes to help for the individuals that, for our vets or whatever. And I know that there's help out there.
Yes.
I know that there are social workers, there are mental health providers, from, you know, psychologists, psychiatrists, all those different type of things. And the thing is, do they want it? It's available. It's available. I can tell you that firsthand. It's available because I've witnessed it. And even in the DC area, I've witnessed it.
Come on.
So I know that it is out there, and there's a lot of programs to help our vets. Now, do we go out and find these vets that need it? Should we have the police intervene, local authorities? Maybe the local authorities can, when they do come in, you know, do a crime or anything like that, they refer them over to the VA hospital and have them check them out and maybe put them on a program or a regimen or whatever to kind of help them out. You know what I mean? Maybe that could help, because you can't make somebody go and get help.
Right.
You can want it all. You can want everything for them, and you can give excuses that we're not doing enough. But at the same time, there is a lot of assistance beforehand. Yes, it was horrible for the vets.
Yes,
but now,
I agree with you.
2025.
Come on, Kane.
It's a lot out there.
It is.
It's a lot out there, and y'all can leave comments if you feel like it's not happening in your local area. You know, let us know, because I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. Go ahead, brother.
Kane, and what you're saying, okay, this is just a different take, guys, because now we're just talking with informing the public, but talking to our veteran brothers and sisters. I would say the first thing is, if you have some type of things going on in your mind, that doesn't mean you're weak. That is the first thing. You're not weak.
No,
you can ask for help, because now in the military today, even before I was getting out, people was afraid to say they had things going on because maybe the promotions wouldn't come, maybe you'll get put out. But no, they work with you. They will work with you. Okay. So you don't have to be fearful of that anymore, you know. But like he said, it is so many programs out there for vets that's going through different things, you know, because, you know, your mind might tell you something, and then that might lead to now alcoholism. Now you're abusing the drugs and things of that nature. And then, and that's a triple effect going into the psychosis or whatever is going on. But it's help out there if you want it, but you can't. I would definitely disagree with having a local law enforcement try to intervene unless they did something where, okay, we find out you're a vet, because I know I've been to the VA hospital many times, and they would bring people. They would bring people to the hospital. Hey, this person is a vet. They might need to get checked out. Okay. They can get that type of service and then go from there, you know, but the individual has to want to do it. Now, on the other aspect of, I'll say, going back to this individual, it was interesting when the news reporter said, you know, well, the guy that was running for mayor said, hey, he was talking about Mormon and a lady involved. We would be surprised that with so many different things, okay, the DC sniper back in the day, a lady was involved. You know, what people will go to the extremes, you know, their mind can't be clear if you're doing these things. If that's the case, you know, he talked to a lady that was a Mormon and it didn't go well. But what was surprising to me, if the father said, you know, he's a loving father and a loving husband. So this gentleman clearly had some big things going on in his head. Okay. My question now to everybody else, well, two questions. Just because the individual have something going on, say he didn't lose his life with the with law enforcement, should he be prosecuted? First of all, I'm gonna say yes, even though he has an issue. Yes, because of all the lives that he took or whatever.
It's premeditated, right?
It's premeditated because you made the, I had the same facial expression in IEDs.
Yeah.
That means you thought about it. You
Yeah.
knew
You
what
knew
you
what
were
you was going to do
doing.
that day. You prepared.
Yes, man.
You put all
So-
those explosives together just so you can ram it and then do what it. I mean, you see how it burnt the church down.
Yes, and another news report actually said that he had gasoline and he poured it in there to help with that
See?
fire.
See?
Another news outlet. But my second question too, Kane, and to the family is: we talk about the gun control, gun safety, and regulations.
Mhm.
I think now, and I know of some people that do this now. They carry while they're in church, even in church, because a couple of years ago, churches were getting attacked by random people.
Mhm.
So, what do you feel as though to conceal carry in church? What is your view on that, Kane? I know
think it's fine.
everybody
I think
wouldn't
it's
do
fine.
it.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't, and I know that, you know, yeah, he had an assault rifle and yeah, he did what he did or whatever. But the thing is, you know, just like we mentioned earlier, that he has to want the help. Now,
Yes,
you know, the first thing that a lot of people will say is, hey, what is he doing with if he had problems overseas during deployment, PTSD, things of that nature, what is he doing with a weapon? Well, maybe he didn't display those attributes.
correct.
Now he's displaying it. People never think that, yes, you have a history. Yes, you have PTSD, maybe from, you know, being over in Iraq. I was in Iraq. So maybe from the explosions, hearing them, that seeing bodies, whatever, right? You may have had that PTSD. That don't mean you're going to act out on it with religion. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? So it doesn't add up. So that's why you can't just like blanket everything when it comes to, you know, veterans and PTSD. You just can't blanket say, well, he shouldn't have had it or whatever, right? Even though he did you know, put all these things together and knew that he was probably going to go out in a blaze. That's why he was ready. He
Kane,
knew
you said
that. He knew that.
and you said go out in the blaze. A lot of these individuals that do things like this, school
Yeah.
shooters, all that stuff,
Yeah.
they usually self delete themselves.
Yeah.
But he had a shootout with,
Yeah.
meaning he wanted to still take out as many people, a shootout
Yeah.
with local law enforcement.
But
So
he wasn't gonna surrender. We know that.
right.
He wasn't gonna surrender. So that's
I
why
call
he
it
kept going until the end. Because he was gonna, you know, go out in the blaze.
my
That's what it
brothers
is,
and
man.
sisters, my brothers and
Mhm.
sisters, that's military veterans, all of that.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say that's it's cowardice.
Yeah.
It's cowardice to go to these places where they could be worshiping, going to school, any of those things,
Mhm.
and take out those actions because you could be frustrated with yourself, any whatever issue you may have. No, it's just help out there. It is. Even if you feel like you are alone, you got a son, you got a daughter, you got a wife, but you feel alone, whatever's going on inside, you
Mhm.
gotta have that courage to put that foot forward and go and seek some type of treatment to
Yes.
find out
Yes.
what can happen for you.
Definitely.
That's all.
Definitely. I wanna because that happened Sunday morning,
Mhm.
just recently. Sunday morning during church. The guy, and for those who didn't know, that he rammed his truck through the building and then commenced fire upon the parishioners or whatever, right?
Mhm.
That's what ended up happening. And then, you know, the fire, and, you know, they had police to get there pretty quickly and had the shootout or whatever. And then, you know, they took care of him, neutralized the threat, should I say. And, you know, then, you know, he started the, you know, fire, and that's why the church got burnt down. But that happened in Michigan Sunday morning.
Yes.
Sunday evening, another mass shooting happened. Not in Michigan. Not in Michigan. It happened in North Carolina at a restaurant. It's crazy. Let's look at that. Let's see what happened there.
The North Carolina restaurant and bar at the center of a deadly shooting over the weekend is closed indefinitely.
That's according to a Facebook post from the American Fish Company in Southport, which is a historic port town just south of Wilmington. Police say 40-year-old Nigel Edge opened fire from a boat, killing 3 people and seriously injuring at least 5 others on Saturday night. He is expected to appear for his first court appearance later today on multiple charges, including murder. NBC News national correspondent Aaron Gilchrist joins us now from outside of the county courthouse. Aaron, officials are calling this a, quote, highly premeditated attack. What else are we learning about the suspect and also the victims?
Well, Ellison, as you said, the suspect, Nigel Edge, will appear in court here this afternoon. He's expected to be charged with first-degree murder, 3 counts of that, as well as attempted first-degree murder, 5 counts of that, and several other charges as well. This goes back to around 9:30 Saturday night when witnesses tell us just before then they saw a boat in the water just off the back deck of that restaurant that you referenced here, a bar really, and folks were there listening to music. As they had come accustomed to doing on a Saturday night. The boat was the unusual part, witnesses told us. You didn't usually see boats parked near that back deck. After a couple of hours, apparently, according to witnesses, Nigel Edge picked up that assault-style rifle that investigators told us about and started shooting into the restaurant where it was crowded with 60 to 80 people, we understand. As we noted, 5 people were seriously injured there, some of them critically. 3 people were killed as well. I want you to hear from one of the witnesses we spoke to yesterday about what he saw when that gunfire started inside the bar.
And I turned around and saw people just laying everywhere. They were shot. One person who'd been shot in the head had passed, and then another one shot in the elbow was shattered, and a couple of friends of mine were grazed. To see the carnage, you never get that out of your head.
Now, obviously, the big question now is why. We know that investigators have been able to develop enough information. They were able to talk to Mr. Edge, and they say that this was a premeditated attack on that bar. They didn't really give us much detail about what brings them to that conclusion, although we do expect to learn more about that in that court hearing set for this afternoon. As we noted, investigators seem to indicate that they've had at least some conversation with Nigel Edge. They say that he self-identifies as a combat veteran and that he self-identifies as someone who suffers from PTSD. We do know that he served in the Marine Corps
Another Marine.
Was separated from the Marine Corps more than a decade ago, Ellison.
NBC's Aaron Gilchrist.
Another veteran.
Thank you.
You're right.
Yeah, another veteran, man. That is so crazy, man.
Yeah.
These mass shootings with PTSD, Marines, and you know what's crazy about this individual, and I did a little digging into it, and
What's that?
he got a Purple Heart. He did get a Purple Heart. But he was almost like a little celebrity type thing because his name wasn't Nigel Edge. He changed that back in 2023. It was a name. Yeah. He changed it or whatever. But so his name was Sean D. Voice, right?
Oh.
And he was he retired. I guess he retired because they have a retired beside him. But he was, like I said, he became a celebrity because he was at the Country Music Awards in 2012 with Kelly Pickler. I don't know if you guys remember Kelly Pickler, but she was American Idol.
America's Got Talent or something like that.
American Idol. She was on
American Idol. Yeah, singer, country singer.
Yeah.
I remember Kelly Pickler.
And they as you can see here, he was just like I guess a model Marine, should I say. But then to do something like this, and it may, just like we always talk about, PTSD, things of that nature. And is it safe? This is where I would go with this. Is it safe for the community to even go to church or go out to eat? Not big crowds. I mean, depending on which church you go to, is it really safe? I mean, some people are scared to even just kind of go to, basic places that people go out to eat, and they go to church.
Yes.
But you just don't know what people are thinking, what people are going through, and what they're capable of. You know what I mean?
They said something, Kane, about this the boat that was there.
Yeah.
That was so unusual there. And if you're say you're there and you go to this spot, to relax and
Yeah.
we have to now be aware.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it was
I'm
at
not
night though.
profiling.
That's the
Yeah, but
craziest
they
thing. It was
said,
at 9 o'clock at night. You
yeah,
can't even
but they
see
said
on the boat. I mean, you can see the boat.
you can't
But
see,
that's
but
it.
man, hey, what's
It's
going on? I
crazy.
mean, hey,
Mhm.
we leery of that. Now
Mhm.
people should be aware of so many different things, especially if you
Yeah.
frequent whatever establishment and it's something that's clearly out of the ordinary. People like, man, you profiling or snitching, whatever, all of those things, man, you better be aware,
Yeah.
especially for your life, but you're there with your wife, your girl, family,
Mhm.
whoever it may be. If something out of the ordinary, man, forget that. Hey, I'd rather be wrong. I'd rather be wrong than to be right and somebody's ready to do something.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like it's coming to.
Yeah, you gotta be on. I guess you can be on alert, be on edge. Keep your head on the swivel, that type thing. Just because you just never know what people will do, and you just pay attention. Don't
And
be in a vicinity or a facility, should I say? You don't want to be there and not be on guard, or had too many drinks and you can't really pay attention to things
yes,
because you
yes,
just
yes.
don't know what people are capable of. Because it's crazy, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
And like going into restaurants, like what I do too, one of the things, I
Mhm.
don't know if you do it also,
Yeah.
I don't like sitting with my back towards the door. I just don't. I always
Mm.
try to face it, angle it. I can see who coming in or get a good view of the front door where we entered, or you can see the exit point,
Mhm.
depending on the restaurant, wherever you're at,
Mhm.
even on buses now. I don't sit straight in the front. I usually go a little further to the back so I can see. And I tell you, from the instance of the attack on the young lady that we did a video
Oh yeah, yeah.
on, because you can see people getting on from the sides and from the back coming
Mhm.
up. Be leery of people sitting right
Yeah.
behind you. If somebody looks like they're having a problem, issues right there, why sit by? I'll stand. Be ready
Yeah.
for whatever's gonna go on.
Yeah. Public
And I know we
transportation,
can't
definitely.
operate in the black. People in the military know what I'm talking about. You operate in the black too long, then you will lose focus. You're tired. Stress your whole body out. But
Mhm.
operating in, I don't know if it's orange or yellow, to be just cautionary, just to be aware. That's it. Being
Mhm.
aware of what's going on. And even when my church in Jacksonville, Florida, East Side Church of Christ, 1038 A Philip Randolph. But when I used to stand Ursher by the door, because the area where it's at, people come in off the streets and um, be on drugs and things of that nature. I'm aware of who's coming in, even doing service or whatever. I'm not going to deny no entry, but I'm looking them up and down.
Mhm.
Because you just never know what people intentions are, if they're high on some type of
Yeah.
drugs. We just have to be aware in this day and time. That's it.
Yeah. It's
you
crazy,
know
man. It's crazy. Do you think that in family, if y'all in the comments, just let us know. But do you think that there's an attack on Christianity or anything? Do you think that,
I Chain.
or I'm just, that's a far fetch? I don't know.
I won't say it's far-fetched. I won't say it's far-fetched. I don't know about it being an attack, even though this instant happened. Is
Mhm.
it happening all over the place? I don't know. Look,
Mhm.
I was, and I'm not. Look, when I was at Dylan Roof, when he went into, I think that was it in Carolina? He went in and killed all of black people in there. Did they
Mhm.
say, or did the media even think about saying it's an attack on Christianity? It was a
Mhm.
racial deal or whatever. So I don't know to say that it's an attack on Christianity because of this instances. I would have to see more. Is it happening all over the United States?
Yeah.
Just more places. I
Yeah.
know some people have been running with that right now. I'm
Mhm.
just not certain. I'm not just going to say that at this time.
Yeah,
How do you feel on that?
I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it. I know it seems like it, even with the Charlie Kirk and all that, and his beliefs or whatever, and somebody, pinpointed him and want to, and executed him or whatever, should I say? But I don't know. I really don't think so now, and I don't want to jump at it and think that it is like that. But I mean, it's a lot going on when it comes to that. It is a lot going on, and I don't know. What do y'all think? 2 things over the weekend just happened. Both Marine vets. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about PTSD and the way that interacts with these mass shootings? Because evidently both of them, around the same age, and they both deployed. Everybody say more mental health, but you can have the facility, but can you make people go?
No. That's the truth. No, you can't.
You know what I mean? Can you make people attend these meetings? Go see a provider. You know what I mean? The only way that they can probably institute something like that if they commit a crime. Then maybe the judge can say that you're going to be going such and such place or whatever. But
I will say this, Kane. As far as in Florida, people know Baker Act. Okay, a family member can Baker Act. I think I'm not 100% sure if law enforcement can Baker Act individual, and that's usually 72 hour, 3 days, I believe, hold on the individuals that say they going through psychosis or what you believe. Say somebody done took off all their clothes and they're walking around in public or going in stores or they're doing something, so against their will. Yes. Other states, it's a different, you can't do it so freely. Like even in my state, Alabama, you really have rights and it takes a lot. We still need, some type of treatment. And I'll say this, going back to the vets and everything. I remember when I came back, I was in Afghanistan, came in Iraq, and everybody might have different feelings and everything, but you can go to the VA. They can refer you out. I went to a couple of meetings and guys in there, it was good hearing other individuals say some of the things you might have thought. Some people things, may be way more intense than what you may experience. But the commonality of the whole deal is they was there.
Mm-hmm.
They can kind of like, man, I understand this individual. And the therapist would just let people talk.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Nobody, and it was the camaraderie of just being there in the group. Mm-hmm. It can work wonders and help if you're allow yourself to go. So I'm just letting you know straight up on that for my vets.
Yeah, and definitely go out and seek it. It's out there. VA, put in your claim, whatever, do what you got to do to take care of yourself. Vets out there. We don't want to see anything like this happen ever again. If we can control it, at least try to take care of what you can locally in your local area. And if maybe people are having a hard time, they're not getting the service that they need to be getting at their local facility, well, then try another one.
Yes,
try another one. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what we have to do. If you want better for yourself, to help you out, go seek the necessary treatment that's needed.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, bro? You got anything?
Oh no, we good.
All right.
Tip my hat
God
out.
bless all the veterans.
Yes.
Both me and Mitch retired Army and retired Navy. Mitch.
Yes.
So look, even if you're watching this and you want to put something in the comments or you want to just talk to some veterans, we're here.
Yes,
we can sit down and talk to you. Guarantee we'll tell you. Look, we can tell you our stories. You know, mine in Iraq and Mitch is in Afghanistan. You know,
What part of Iraq were you?
oh, I was in Al-Taji, right outside of Baghdad.
Al-Taji. Okay, right outside Baghdad. Y'all hear that? Now I was in Kandahar. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
For sure. Yeah, man, make it relatable, and then we're here to help you if we can, you know, and leave a comment in below of what y'all think about these situations. And that's the uncomfortable truth. Hey, baby.
Do something. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
For
go.
sure. Below, right below me, hey, we have a playlist of similar interests and social issues and things that you are interested into. Click on it.
And congregation, just where I'm pointing. This is what YouTube recommends for you to watch because of the content that you've seen of us. Click it.
For sure.
Watch
Do
it
it for us.
and
Below.
share it.